Week 8 winners and losers. Alabama, a big winner at home against rival Tennessee. The Tide rolling into halftime with a 23-7 lead thanks to this. Vols on the 1-yard line, and Xavier Brown picks off Joey Aguilar, returns it 99 yards for the touchdown. Alabama improves to 10-0 in Tuscaloosa under head coach Kalen DeBoer. Back here with Kenjon Barner and Richard Johnson here to break down winners and losers from Week 8. Since losing their season opener, Alabama's won 6 in a row, including 4 against ranked opponents. Kenjon, how'd they win this game against Tennessee on this night?
Physicality and eliminating explosive plays. They kept Tennessee's offense in check. They moved the ball exceptionally well up the field. As you said earlier, they didn't run the ball at a high rate, at a high clip, but they did enough to win this game, and it was impressive.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Alabama finished drives. Right, they go 4-4 in the red zone. Tennessee goes 2 of 5. In addition to, obviously, the play that you saw there when it goes back for the pick 6 at the end of the first half. I think at the end of the day, Alabama is the team to beat right now in the SEC. I think Alabama has gotten rid of that kind of post-Nick Saban hangover, and they're coming into their own as a program under Black Hoodie Kalen DeBoer. They've put that Florida State game behind them, and I think the Tide are absolutely rolling right now.
So they can no longer criticize his fashion, right? Like, it's over. Like,
no,
it's whatever you want.
As long as it's that black hoodie. It's whatever you want as long as it's the black hoodie.
Got to be the black hoodie. All right. Well, like Alabama, Notre Dame has responded since losing their first 2 games of the season to ranked opponents. The Fighting Irish have won 5 in a row, including their first ranked win of the season, taking down rival USC. Kenyon, we saw running back Jeremiah Love. He had himself a day. I mean, this game was squirrely late. It was close. Career-high 228 yards rushing. They needed him. What did you see from that young man?
Listen, this is one of the most NFL-ready backs in all of college football. This guy's patience, his vision, the agility, his contact balance. This is a very, very special back, and I truly hope Notre Dame fan base is truly appreciating for what he is, because you probably won't get another Jeremiah Love. Today's game was extremely, and it did something for me. I might know a thing or two about facing USC. And running for a bunch of yards, 321 and 5. Not that I'm keeping.
Yeah, nobody was counting.
Not that I count or remember, but
you need to hold on to that.
You need to hold on to that.
That's special.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and what he did today was very special. Probably one of his, not probably his best day as a Notre Dame football player.
And Kenyon, it's not just Jeremiah Love, it's also Jadarian Price. You saw him return that kickback in the clip, something that you also know a little bit about. Kept you in the league for 10 years. Tell him about it.
Yeah, won a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Like Notre Dame right now, they're different than they were last year. I still don't think this defense is clicking on all cylinders. Kind of got bailed out with a couple turnovers here. It was bad weather tonight as well. They're just not the team that they were last year, dominant on defense. But they've sort of flipped the identity because they're getting what they need, especially from C.J. Carr at the controls at quarterback. Notre Dame has changed their identity a little bit, and it's still winning football. But I do think, and we were talking about this, they do have to win out if they're going to make the playoff. They got to win out.
Absolutely, yeah. They did give up 400 yards to USC, but Price and Love, that duo, 13th game when they both score a touchdown, most by a duo in Notre Dame history. It's always nice to have that two-headed monster. Vanderbilt becoming a monster, also responding in Week 8, coming off a loss to Alabama 2 weeks ago. The Commodores snap a 10-game losing streak to LSU, improving to 6-1 on the season, hitting the over on their win total set at 5.5. And for the record, we did not doubt Vanderbilt on this desk. Why? Because they have Diego Pavia. He comes in, he's a winner, he's got that winning mentality. He had 3 total touchdowns in this game. Richard, what did this win mean for Clark Lee and the Commodores?
I think it showed that, first of all, the Alabama game last year, not a flash in the pan, and the Alabama game this year, also not a situation where they just flew too close to the sun. I think everybody around that Vanderbilt program was clear that they tightened up in Tuscaloosa. They were not ready for the moment in that game. They were not ready to finish. Well, they were today. They took LSU's best shot in the second half, and they gave it right back to them. This Vanderbilt program is for real. And Diego Pavia, how many times can you remember a player like Diego Pavia coming in and changing the fortunes and the face of an entire college football program like Diego Pavia has done over the last couple of years? There just is nothing like it.
I want to stay right there. Pavia is a true competitor. He is a winner, and he's a guy that his teammates will run through a brick wall for him. When you have a guy like that at quarterback, we just seen the clip of him trying to jump over guys to get the first down. That excites everybody lights a fire up under everybody on that roster. And when you see that day in and day out, and I'm sure he's the same in practice, you can't help but go and give your best effort. So shout out to Pavia for going out, really, like you said, changing the way this team plays and the way everybody looks at this team.
They got playmakers, too.
Yes, they do.
They got playmakers around him at the skill positions. They're too deep at tight ends, not just Eli Stowers. And up front, they are physical, man. They are mean. It is a triumph of scouting on both of those lines of scrimmage. Our guy, Barton Simmons, CBS Zone, formerly Barton Simmons, the general manager there, they have done tremendous talent evaluation, being able to get guys in and develop them into that program.
Diego Pavia, 7th best odds to win the Heisman. You feel like that's about right, or should be higher?
I'm gonna have to take that up.
Oh, so maybe you need to get your ticket now then.
Yeah, you got to,
because you're
going to
get some nice value at plus 2,000 for Mr. Diego Pavia.
Listen, I'm not too sure that there's anyone more important to their team than he is in college football right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, just because they really play like him.
Yeah.
They embody his energy and his swagger. And, you know, they talked about him like not sliding at all on the broadcast, right? He's taking a hit. He's dishing things out on his own end. You know, sometimes he's just running back there and doing something. It's kind of like a no, 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 yes for Pavia. And then other times, like, he goes and, like, tries to hurdle a defender when he should just go out of bounds. Like, there's just things that he does that, as you're saying, Kenjon, just gets that team to play behind him.
He has the mentality of a linebacker.
Yeah.
When I watch him play, he looks like he's supposed to be on the defensive side of the ball with his aggression and the tenacity that he plays with, except he's at the quarterback spot. You don't really see that too often.
You know, I like to call people a grinder or a clocker, right? And I'm not just going around calling people grinders all the time, but Diego Pavia is a grinder. A clocker is just somebody who clocks in, clocks out, just kind of existing, right? They're just there. They're maybe on the team. They're on your workforce. They're not really putting it in. Or you got grinders. You got men and women who are in the trenches. They're trying to change things, right? They're trying to change the narrative, trying to change the culture. This kid has come in and done exactly that, Richard, and that's what's impressive about him.
Yeah, I mean, he puts shift in every single Saturday. I mean, and he's not. They're not scared of anybody. It's not like Vanderbilt was favored in this game.
Yep.
Right? Let's not get it twisted about the Commodores. They're not scared of anybody. You know, Diego Pavia has talked about winning a national championship at Vanderbilt. I don't think Diego Pavia cares that you think it's crazy or that I think it's crazy. At the end of the day, the guys in that building, they're gunning for a national championship. And with the record that they've had right now, and after a win today, who's to tell them no? Who are you to tell them no?
Exactly. Building to this moment, Vandy's 6-1 start, their best 7-game start since 1950. Wow. All right, as for the teams who disappointed on Saturday, Texas Tech losing their first game of the season on the road against the reigning Big 12 champion Arizona State Sun Devils. Red Raiders didn't have their starting quarterback, Baron Morton, out with a leg injury, but Will Hammond did fill in nicely, did have a nice game. ASU, though, made more plays down the stretch. Kenjon, what went wrong for the Red Raiders in this one?
Well, I think it's exactly what you just said. Baron Morton not being there. And anytime you lose your starting quarterback, a defense can pin their ears back and they can take away what you would be expected to do, and that's run the ball. And that's something that Texas Tech could not do today. Anytime your quarterback is leading your room with 15 carries and the next back has 9, there's something wrong with that pitcher. So not having Baron is a huge letdown for this team, and Arizona State just happened to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Will Hammond has 15 rushes in this game, and the other running backs had 12 rushes combined. I mean, for a team that ran all over the place last week, can't be that for Texas Tech. But I do think this is a lot of credit to Arizona State, too. Arizona State blown out last week. No Sam Levitt. He's obviously not 100% in this game. You know, he's nursing a little bit of an injury, an undisclosed injury, but he's nursing an injury in this game. And they come out and they take Texas Tech's best shot. Texas Tech rips off 15 points there towards the end, and you think, okay, well, all right, Texas Tech is going to struggle, but they're going to survive. And then Arizona State comes right back to win the game at home, rush the field, great atmosphere. What Kenny Dillingham has built in Tempe is very sustainable right now. I know they've had some setbacks this year, but they lost to a good Mississippi State team. And then last week was just a little bit different without their quarterback, but it's certainly built to last right now in Tempe.
Texas Tech, one of 5 undefeated teams that lost this week. The first one was on Friday night, second-ranked Miami, losing at home against Louisville. Let's end with a winner. His name is Monty Quinn. This kid had himself a day. He's a running back at Division III Curry College in Milton, Massachusetts. He set the NCAA rushing record, carried the ball 20 times, 522 yards, 7 touchdowns in a 71-27 win against Nichols College. He ended the day as D3's leading rusher. He now has 450 yards, 17 touchdowns on the season. He's averaging, Kenjon, 11.8 yards per rush.
Have a day.
Woo!
This is
Are you kidding me?
insane.
If you don't know about him, you better learn now.
Right, he might need to be bumping up a couple levels in football. I don't think D3 is the place for him.
Tiny but shifty, man.
522.
Stride it out, big fella.
Monty Quinn, have a day, kid. One of our big winners here in Week 8. Man, that was awesome. Monty Quinn, we say have a day, kid. And hey, for more college football, check out the latest edition of College Football Insiders, hosted by a powerhouse team of reporters, including Richard Johnson. This show delivers the stories behind the leaders. College Football Insiders. Download and follow today.